What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Season 5, Episode 18, Girl You Know What podcast. I am Danielle.
And I'm Keisha.
And we're back after taking a week off. It was on me, because, we've been trying to be consistent before we do take some time off, around the holidays and stuff. But I wasn't feeling good last week at all. It was bad. I had a horrible cold. I was starting to feel better, but, like the last day that we could record to be able to get the show out on Tuesday, we both were kind of like, let's just, whatever. Yeah, we'll just skip it. Ain't no biggie. So
I think if we don't do it on Saturday or Sunday, we kind of just like, no, let's just forget it. Because everything else is rambling.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's just how it's going to be. And sometimes we may have to just bring y'all something within the week if something happens, whatever. Like we always talked about. I don't think we've had to do that yet. But yeah, because there's been some bull that's happened, but it hasn't been anything where we had been like, okay, we got to come back from hiatus, or we got to record this. Yeah. So now I hit you up last week, and I said I have a title already because it just hit me. It just hit me in my spirit that it's just a whole bunch of just irony and nonsense going on around these streets, these ghetto streets that we live in. But before we get into all that, I know you said you had some stuff you wanted to talk about politics stuff.
Hopefully I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure it'll refresh your memory once we get into the nonsense and everything and irony. So, but first, I do want to talk about a couple things, a little bit more lighthearted, but still BSMI. Before we get into the heavy stuff, I should say. So, I want to talk about sports because both of us, we love sports. Yeah. So, two things that came up. Did you watch that Tyson fight?
I did not.
Girl,
I'm
good.
old. I'm asleep.
Girl, listen. I was so pissed because I already had a feeling it was totally rigged. And the fights leading up to it, especially the girl fight, the one right before, was the best ones. That fight was bullshit. If you're a Jake Paul fan, you do not need to be going around these streets bragging because he looked worn out even more than Tyson, but Tyson just wasn't landing any punches. And you could tell that he could have landed. It was just so fake, and I was so pissed that I stayed up past my fucking bedtime to watch that nonsense. I thought it was going to be a little bit at least more entertaining than it was. It was you did the right thing.
My friend was texting me and was like, Tyson, he told me like Tyson lost. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, but he's number one in my book, and I went to sleep.
Yeah. My grandma asked me about it because I told her I was going to stay up and watch it. I said I was going to try and stay up and watch it, and actually I did. But ain't it just something? Like, I was laughing. I said, back in the day when we used to watch, go to fight parties or, the fight would be on or whatever, I wasn't watching it in my bed. I was at somebody's house or down at my parents' basement or something. Girl, it's just life changes.
Now we just tired.
We just tired. Oh,
life got us tired. It was too much.
Yeah, but it was too much. Yeah, so you didn't miss the damn thing. Girl.
That was on a Friday.
Yeah, it was a Friday. Yep. And I don't do good on Friday nights.
Somebody finna sit. People who really wanted to watch it though, they watched it.
Oh yeah, and I watched it because I just wanted to see. I was like, okay, yeah, we may never see Tyson fight again, so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna watch it for that. And I kind of figured that they were going to have Jake Paul win. I kind of already, I was just like, he's going to win.
Well, I think it was this though too. I think once Tyson didn't he get like the flu? So first he had some type of heart situation, right? That made them postpone the fight originally.
It was something, yeah, that sounds familiar. I know it had to be postponed for something.
Medical issue.
Yeah.
So I was already kind of like, and then right before the fight, he got sick. And when he was walking into the dressing room, I knew I wasn't watching the fight then because the way he was like kind of shuffling his feet. I felt like he didn't look 100%.
Yeah,
it was I'm fighting because I got to. Like, I'm out to put my name on this contract. But
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he looked, there was any pep in his step.
No, there wasn't at all. There wasn't at all. That's when I
So
was
that
like, oh
kind of,
shit.
like, yeah, he's, we see him boxing and we see him in his, shape or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I think he's in the best shape to fight somebody that young.
No, and you can definitely tell as the fight was going on. You could tell that he wasn't like he was exhausted. He wasn't
Yeah.
looking good, and you could tell. Like, and I was just like, "Oh, this isn't going to be good." I was like, "This is not going to be good." And
So that's what kind of deterred me from it.
yeah,
He didn't look well to me.
no, and you could tell like throughout it, but neither did Jake Paul. But that's a whole nother story. And I don't know, and maybe I'm on. I can't stand Jake Paul, but maybe he was trying to take it easy on him because maybe he could sense it. So I don't know, but it was boring as hell. That's all I could. That's the
I don't
conclusion I
care for
came to.
J. Paul at
Oh,
all.
me either. Mm-mm.
So I just didn't even. Because did he do the same thing with Floyd, but Floyd beat him?
I have no idea.
Remember him and Floyd was getting into it? And they was fight, it was arguing, and Floyd slapped him. I think he knocked Floyd's hat off or something. Remember that?
I seriously don't remember, but I'm sure. I'm not saying
Yeah,
I just don't remember, but I'm sure.
they had
Yeah.
the whole thing, and I thought they were supposed to fight. I think they did fight. I
Okay.
wouldn't yell out there in the export almanac, but you know, I'm almost positive that they did get in a fight, or because of that incident when he slapped
Mm-hmm.
his hat off. Floyd went crazy.
Yeah.
He went crazy. Like they was getting ready to put hands on him. Him and his brother was running away from him.
Oh
I have to
yeah.
go back and find that video and send it to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Because I would love to see it. I'm sure I did see it. I just don't remember
yeah,
it. Yeah, probably because
yeah,
it has something to do with
that
him.
was an incident in itself. So I don't know if they ever fought because of that.
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely supposed to. It was at the weigh-in. It was at the whole little meet thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. He always does things to antagonize him. He did the same thing to Tyson, and Tyson had to slap the shit out of him.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm not really on the Caucasian train here
Yeah,
lately.
me. Yeah, same, same, same. Yeah. So let's get off the Caucasians real quick. Bronny James. So Bronny was sent to the G League, which was formerly the D League, and okay, and I was like, that's how he needed to be, like let him develop and everything like that. That's perfectly fine. But
Mhm.
then it was announced that he will not travel with the team. He's only going to play home games. So that really rubbed me the wrong way because I'm just like, first of all, and as being someone who was
What
a,
does that mean? Hold on. What does that mean?
I don't know. That's just all that's just what it said. It said in his contract or whatever it was, he was not to travel. So he was only to play home games. I'm like, how is this developing? Like, what is this turning into? Like, what is this?
I want us all to understand something. I don't care what they say. I don't care who released him, who clears him. He is sick.
Yes, it has to be
There's something
something.
about travel and something about him being in the air. There's something that would probably aggravate his condition
Yeah, and I'm just like,
that they're not telling people.
yeah, and I'm like, don't just put that out there because that's what pissed me off because not that he wasn't traveling. It was the fact that y'all are just saying just this and that's not making it and I know they do things for sensationalism. I know they post things for that and everything like that, but there's already this mark on him that he doesn't belong in any professional league right now because he's not experienced enough. There's all that he just got into the league so him and LeBron could share the floor together at least one time, to make history. Yeah. If this
It's
young man.
something. And I also want to say this because we scream this a lot.
Mhm.
They are entitled to privacy. I get
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
They really, see what has happened is now a lot of celebrities want privacy,
Mhm.
thrive, and live your life off of being so public.
Yeah.
And the people who y'all are catering to can't understand it. Now,
Mhm.
us, Generation X, we get it.
Mhm.
We were raised in a area of privacy,
Right.
so we don't like everybody in our business either. So
Mhm.
that's why when we go through silently.
Exactly.
When we're upset, people don't even know it
Mm-hmm.
because we have learned to keep things to ourselves.
Right.
But now the generation wants to know all of your
Oh
business.
yeah.
And I
Yep.
will show you how Beyonce is one of us. She is a Gen Xer because when she did that article with GQ and told them that she built her career off of not selling her life,
Mm-hmm.
that was the most masterful thing she did.
Yeah, and then people get so mad that she doesn't do interviews and stuff, but she doesn't. She's not obligated to.
But guess what? The things I want to know about her, the truth, I don't have a desire to know anything about her.
Mm-hmm. They don't.
I
We don't give a
like,
shit.
I just like her music.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
being honest, I don't really listen to that too much. No disrespect,
Me
but
either. Yeah.
once we got out of Destiny's Child, I really have no need for the music she puts out. Her
Mm-hmm.
first album, and then a song here or there.
Yeah, that's how I am. Yeah.
But I'm not like a die-hard. Let me hear every single song Beyonce sings. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, not really.
Yeah.
And but again, she has and she has mastered it. She has thrived off of keeping her life to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of you celebrities want the same privacy that Beyonce has. It's too late. You sold your soul.
Mm-hmm.
You sold your soul to the highest bidder.
Yep.
And so now y'all don't want us to know what's wrong with your son, but it's something wrong with your son.
Yeah, obviously, because if
And
he's
in a
not
bad way, you're, speaking ill of him, but
right,
something's
yeah, yeah, definitely no ill intent at all. This is serious, and that's what really bothered me, is because there's a reason why this young man was not able to travel, and then now he's been let go from. Let me see, what team was it? I can't. It was whatever the G League team is for the Lakers. He was sent to.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw his picture up. So that's what it was that he got let go.
Mm-hmm. He got waived, even but it was like not long after they put that out that he was not able to travel. I mean, when they didn't say he's not able to travel, that was the thing that really pissed me off. They should have said he's not able to travel if that's the problem, and that's all they had to
Well, see,
put.
they can't do that. And LeBron probably told him not to say it because if he
Mm-hmm.
say he can't travel, then people are
Then
going to
people
want to know why,
exactly.
and you're going to have to explain what is the condition. And so now nobody's going to want him because nobody wants.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's like all this, seek. It's just like this is messing up his career, and after a while, it's
Well,
not.
he ended his career when you asked him to leave college.
Yeah, number one.
I mean, let's just be honest. You're
Yeah.
talking about growing him and perfecting him. And LeBron should have really left this alone because, no disrespect, he ain't been to college. He
Right.
doesn't have the benefits of what college did for some players.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is not you physically, LeBron.
Right. And not
LeBron
only
is one of those people.
yeah, and not only that, we have to remember that Bronny, right before his college career started, he suffered cardiac arrest. He went into cardiac arrest. And
No,
then
he was in college.
he was, yeah, well, I'm talking about before the
He was
season
at a
started.
game.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about before their season actually started. This was like what was it, like wasn't like preseason. It was, I could have, well, either way,
No, it was
you're probably,
during the season, and he
yeah,
had to miss the rest of the season.
yeah, well, he ended up playing. That's how he got the,
Yeah, and he came back
yeah, but he didn't,
towards the end.
yeah.
Well,
So
he
he
didn't,
didn't.
he didn't really get a real college experience.
No, and then like you're saying, he's sick. Something is wrong, so he didn't get. So he wasn't playing like a lot of
And instead
minutes.
of letting him play the next year, they took him out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying like, oh, you feel like you can develop him. No, that is what college is for.
Exactly.
If you felt like he wasn't being developed at USC, you should have sent him somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But again, being selfish,
Yep.
you sent him to USC because you wanted to still play for the Lakers, but
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to get to his game.
Yep.
Listen, it ain't gonna always work that way.
No, it doesn't matter who you are, how much.
You should have took a hiatus from the season.
Yeah. He needs to get him if he's going to have any sense of a career, any sort of a
He need to
career.
go back to school.
Yeah.
Period. Like he need to go back to school.
Yeah, he needs to
And
go
send
back.
him to Ohio State.
Listen.
Because that's where y'all really wanted him to go.
Yeah.
That's where he wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Send him somewhere where the spotlight is not necessarily always going to be on him.
Right.
Over there in California, where LeBron is, he needs to come back to Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let him be.
Exactly.
Let him damn breathe.
Because no one cares. No one cares.
No,
At the
this
end
is
of the day,
sad.
no one cares whose son he is, anything like that. And he could be, and I'm not saying he's a bad player, but
No,
he's not at the caliber to where he needs to
Danielle, we
be.
don't know what kind of player he is.
Mm-hmm.
No one has taken the time to develop him.
He's not
But
developed.
Bron, you're not even
Mm-hmm.
taking the time to develop him. Let's be
Exactly.
you have to practice. Yeah, you're probably hiring some people to work with him,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what college is for.
Exactly. Yep.
He will get so much more NIL money.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get him these contracts. Let him go to college and develop himself. Let him get a degree and let him get some NIL money. Because look how much money Dion's boys is making.
Right.
Look at that.
I mean, shit, some of them ain't even got to go to the league after the money they're making in college. It's
Listen,
crazy. It's crazy. And then,
like, get for real right now.
right, I mean, even LeVar Ball, when his sons, he had the one that went to the NBA, and then the two other ones, the two younger ones, even though they, I think one of them was in college, but then when he dropped out of college, at least he was still developing his game.
If somebody go and play overseas, don't they? Do one of them play overseas?
I think the middle one does. I think the youngest one, is he in the league? He might.
I
I
feel
don't.
like I recently saw him on NBA Today.
Mm-hmm.
One of them playing overseas.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. But he didn't just throw them in the league. He wanted to, because he knew in his heart that his boys were ready, but he still, that they still were like, even the one that, because didn't like the youngest one, didn't he like drop out of high school too, or it was something he
Yep.
did? Yeah, and then he started playing like, I don't know if he played in the G League or if he played overseas or something for a minute. He was doing something, but he was still developing his game. And I just wish, because I mean, now it's just like we're not going to know what Bronny could be,
No.
and and that's the sad thing, like
Yeah,
that's.
I think there's still time. I think
Mm-hmm.
we still have time to see what kind of player he would be, but if he would get the proper training.
Yeah.
But one thing about men is ego.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the reason that the Cowboys are in the state that they're in, the
Mm-hmm.
football team.
Right.
Because ego in men runs so high.
Mm-hmm.
And Bronny getting the proper training that he needs, it will take LeBron having to swallow his pride
Exactly.
and letting somebody else take control and take the reign.
But even before he gets the proper training, we need to make sure that that young man is healthy.
He's not.
Yeah.
That's probably why y'all took him off because I don't know what doctor you got to clear him. Ain't none of my business, and I really don't care because I don't want it to be, no drama. I don't know
Okay.
what doctor y'all got to clear him,
Right.
but that's probably why you took him out of school because he can't pass no more physical.
I can see that.
That's probably why you took him out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you didn't want him to go through that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because is he going to be able to pass an actual physical again?
Right.
The physical that they're going to put him through without you standing over the people's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to be able to happen.
I don't either. And that's a sad thing. So that's just like what really pissed me off. It was just like it's just so much drama just surrounding this young man when he's obviously not healthy. And that's what's really bothering me. It's just like, forget basketball right now. Get this young man
Something's going
healthy.
on.
Huh?
I said something's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I understand. We're not supposed to know y'all's private life. I get that.
Right.
I done brought it to the forefront, and now it all looks suspicious.
Yeah. And that's, yeah. Yep.
It all looks weird.
Mm-hmm. And of course, he's just going to go along with it because he doesn't want to disappoint his dad.
He looks like he's the sweetest boy on earth,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks like he's going to go along and do whatever his parents tell him to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, so yeah, so that bothered me. I was just like, get this young man healthy. That's it, because obviously something's going on, and the way
It,
that,
def-
huh?
it definitely is.
Yeah, and the way that the media is putting it out there, and we know what they're going to do. Like I said, they like the sensationalism and all that stuff, so they're making it seem like they. What made me mad was they made it seem like he was getting special treatment, but we know that's not what it is. People with common sense know that's not what it is.
Well, and I mean, let me say this: is it not? Maybe it is a little bit
Well, of
because
course it's going to be. He's LeBron
for a
James
young
Jr.
player, they
Yeah.
would not have made those concessions.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, I mean, of course he's going to get all that. He's been getting that since day one. But what I'm saying is the way that they're putting it out there, like he only is going to play home games, he's not going to travel with the team. Okay, that doesn't sound right. Like when you're looking at it as a team perspective, it's like, why doesn't he get to travel? And like people like who have common sense or
The
no.
travel is a luxury, so why doesn't he get the luxury?
Right, right.
There's something. Again, there's a reason. There's a
Mm-hmm.
medical. They tell people you shouldn't be at certain altitudes for so long.
Yeah.
There's something that's keeping him out the plane.
Yeah, and especially when you got heart issues. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I just hope everything works out for him health wise first, and then work on your game. That's
And then I saw something now that you brought it up that said
Mm.
he would only go to the Suns or the Lakers, but now you're saying that the Lakers waived him.
No, it was the Lakers just sent him. I see. I can't remember how that works. The Lakers sent him to their G League team,
Right.
and the G League team was the one that waived him. So I don't know if he could still go back to the Lakers or if he's just not
Oh
signed with
no, no,
anybody.
no, you can't after that
I didn't
because
think
they
so.
basically just like saying you on our team, but you on JV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
So now what? He only want to go to the Phoenix Suns. That's what the thing is. The article I
Mm.
read.
Yeah, so I
That's
don't know.
sad.
It is. It really is. All right, so let's talk about Willie Ray Norwood Jr., known to y'all as Ray J.
And I like Jamal Bryant, so I'm on Jamal's side. I just want to make
Listen, me too. And even if I,
abundantly clear.
girl, let's be clear. So why was he cussing out Passa Bryant?
Stupid. And why did Pastor Bryant say we still gonna release the interview?
Basically,
Because nigga, who you talking to?
pretty much.
Who
So
you talking to?
yeah. So for those of y'all who don't know, now this happened last week. So I still had to talk about this because I know how we both like Jamal Bryant and Ray J is just there. Um, so Ray J did an interview with Jamal Bryant on his podcast or his show that he does. So I guess Ray J was saying some slick stuff in there, probably putting out too much information that he shouldn't have. He was
He's
probably in.
talking too much like he always has his whole life.
Exactly. Probably on all of the drugs and just in there just talking. And so I guess afterwards, he may have, maybe after he sobered up and he thought about probably the things that he said in the interview. So instead of going to Jamal Bryant and his people, he goes, of course, on social media and threatens Jamal Bryant that he better not put out that interview, basically, or else. First of all, no one is scared of you, Willie. Nobody is scared of you. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh, he's so annoying. And so, like you said, Pastor Jamal Bryant,
Let y'all see a reformed version of Jamal Bryant. Okay.
yeah,
Jamal Bryant used to be best friends with Tupac.
yeah.
Jamal Bryant's daddy took Tupac and Jamal to school at the same time.
So let's
He
just sit
took
that right there.
Tupac apart, and he took Jamal to Morehouse. Like that was his home court.
Yeah, yeah.
Jamal Bryant is the real Frank Lucas.
I
That's his nephew.
mean, listen,
Jamal Bryant is Frank Lucas's nephew.
yeah,
So I want y'all to really just pay attention that the man you see is reformed.
completely reformed.
That's like an undercover one of those guys you don't really fool with him.
Yeah.
Because he might look like he's too cute to touch you. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them.
Just
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
listen, leave him alone.
Don't forget that us saved folk was unsaved once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Doing stuff like that, y'all.
Listen, it's like,
Let's breathe.
I mean, just stupid. So Jamal Bryant, of course, he's not gonna give Ray J what he wants, because first of all, he's not that type of person. So, he basically, in a nice, professional, classy-based Christian way, came back and basically was like, okay, I'm sorry you feel this way, whatever, blah blah blah. But like Keisha said, I'm still going to put out the interview and what you said.
But who do you think you are? Now, if I was thinking about not putting it out, because you came in front of these people and tried to hold me,
Listen,
I'm definitely gonna put it out now.
yeah. And then Ray J came back and apologized. I said, girl.
If you don't sit down somewhere with your parents, but then I
Listen.
guess in the interview he revealed that him and Brandy don't even speak to each other no more.
That's crazy. And I could totally see it. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, because he acts a fool.
Yes.
And you have to think about how they was raised. Like looking at Ray J, you would think he comes from dysfunction, and he doesn't.
Right.
Like his daddy was a pastor. Like they were a church-going family. His parents are still married. And I really think him and the relationship with his family got sullied when he left his wife.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's when the tide turned for him and his family. Because they are about family and children. And you didn't just leave your wife, you left your kids. Now, we all know Sonya ain't going for that.
No.
And they got 2 kids, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe Sonya wasn't going for that.
She wasn't having that. Regardless if she wasn't the biggest Princess fan, those are still her grandkids, and that was her daughter-in-law. So, and like you said, the Norwoods are all about family. That's why Sonya took care of her kids' business from day one. Because she was like, ain't nobody else going to do this, and...
That's why you ain't seen Brandy get in another relationship with that girl daddy. They ain't about to be just running me in and out of here.
Right. No. I mean, you see with that, they had to lie and say that they were married.
Listen.
Trying to keep that image, up and everything that, and...
Because they come from forget what her image was to the people. Her family is a church-going family.
From originally down south. They are from Mississippi. Yeah.
No, Ray J, this ain't that.
No.
They tired of you. I don't blame.
I don't either. So you just going to sit down in your basement with your little green screen and your glasses and suit on and do your little podcast or show, whatever you're doing, because, I mean...
and he has made some smart business moves.
Oh, yeah.
I like credit where it's due, but Ray J, your mental health is starting to concern me.
Yeah. That's what it is, because I'm glad you said that, because he definitely has made some smart business moves, and he has his own money, and he's business-wise, he's doing his thing. But just that, I don't know, that wannabe hard... Dude, it's like you're 40-some years old. Let it go. Oh, so...
I will never in my life, and I don't care if they're rich, I don't care if they're billionaires, I will never in my life understand men who are 40 plus and they want to be rappers. Like, I can't.
I can't. I don't understand.
I ain't gonna talk about you, but...
Yeah, but I just don't understand it.
It's weird. I'm giving you the weird eyes. It's like, dude, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay to clock in.
Right.
And my friend was talking about how the guys at some of the guys there at his job be like, oh, I'm hard and this and that. He said, and I just be looking at him like, dude, and it's like, y'all too old. I don't understand old men.
Right.
Because he like 48, 49. So he like, I never understand. He said, these young ones, I can kind of get it. He said, but old men who don't want to work and who still want to be thugs and be hard. And it's puzzling.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're trying to impress other men, so that's a whole nother subject that we can get into, but we're not going to today. So,
and it's some old stupid women out here who are impressed by that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Girl.
Yeah, Of course, yeah, because they live the same way.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna say something that's really not appropriate, but whatever. I want to be glad when we as Black people feel comfortable with separating from other Black people. Um, and what I mean by that is like the Black people who are, because I've been hearing all this, y'all gonna really let relationships and friendships end over who we voted for? I am. I
Mm-hmm.
am.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I don't feel any kind of way about it,
No.
honestly. And
No.
I'll be really glad when we can just like put that on and let the Black people who want to be with them go be with
Go
them.
be with them.
I don't want to convince anybody
Mm-mm.
to pick themselves because that's
Yeah.
all I'm doing.
That's
I'm
it.
picking myself and I'm picking the community because
Mm-hmm.
I had it. So I told you not this election, but the election before that. And then I had somebody who was like, "Oh, I'm not voting because this is that." I said, "If you feel that way about the national election, I'm not going to try to change your mind.
Mm-mm.
But
Ain't no need to.
for local election, you should vote
Mm-hmm.
because you may not be a person who needs those services. Like, okay, you think because you're not on food stamps, because you may not be getting Medicaid, but you have to think of who those programs are for.
Mm-hmm.
You may have a cousin, a young girl cousin, who ends up with a baby, and she may need that WIC. She may need
Mm-hmm.
those stamps. The elderly may need that Medicaid. We have to think outside of ourselves. Those benefits help other people.
Yep. And my aunt and I, one of my aunts and I were just talking about that yesterday. People only think about themselves.
Yes,
And
yes.
and they're also not thinking about the future. Like if they take a program like WIC away, then they're gonna be like, oh, well then we can take this away. Then we can take that away. And eventually it will trickle down to you.
It's going to happen. It's
Mm-hmm.
about to happen now.
Yep.
The man who authored the 2025 project is now the head of budgeting.
Mm-hmm. Who he didn't know, who Trump said he didn't even know the guy. Yeah.
The man who wrote the Project 2025 is
Mm-hmm.
in charge of budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
Or did you look at the paper? Did you look? Did you at least, what did he say? Did you at least pinch the bitch? Did you
Mm-mm.
look at it?
No.
Do you understand? So I just wish Black people would come to a point
Right.
where we can let those people go
Mm-hmm.
and just be okay with it.
Yeah. And I'm
And
glad you brought
show
all
you the answer.
and I'm glad you brought all that up because that segues into the politics part because now, and this is the irony part of the portion of the show where people are now coming out saying that they regret their vote. And they're talking about we don't agree with who he's putting, in these cabinet picks and this, that, and the other, and making fun of his picks and everything like that. It's like, what the fuck did y'all think was going to happen?
Here's my thing that I kind of had to like, which disturbed me a little. Um, to know that, and I don't mean any disrespect when I say this.
Mm,
It's just the facts. We see it a lot.
mm-hmm.
I didn't, and I know it's not there wasn't a lot of Black men who didn't vote for her, but
Right.
there were a high majority who didn't vote.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to focus on the 15 million
Yeah. Let's go.
of you who didn't go to the polls.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it really disturbs me honestly that y'all was gonna let a racist and a rapist be president.
Mm-hmm.
But as a black man, what you have really told me is that you're okay with rape.
Yep.
And that really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I expect it from white men. I even expect it from Hispanic men, if you want me
Right.
to just be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Because they don't want to be black, so you don't want to
Well,
have.
well, when I say I expect it from them, because if you pay attention, it's like, I watch a lot of crime shows.
Mm-hmm.
There we know right in Columbus, a Hispanic man got a 10-year-old girl pregnant. Was she 10 or 12? No, she was 10.
I think she was 10, yeah.
10. And he had to drive her to Indiana for her to get an abortion. Like, so some sexual aggression I expect from some cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just, I'm really disappointed in black men because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, honestly, because of slavery.
Yeah.
Because you see how black women were just sexually demoralized.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just made that word up. But we were, just made objects.
Mm-hmm.
And to see that you would vote for a man, and maybe because y'all think because he did that to white women, it was okay. I don't know. But to see a man who has been openly charged and found guilty of assaulting women, and then for him to feel so free about it, he picked two more people. He picked two cabinet members who have also been accused of sexually assaulting women.
Mm-hmm.
One so much that he just quit. He backed out.
Yeah.
Not only did he quit his job in Congress because he didn't want the report to be released,
Mm-hmm.
he dropped out of his nomination for Attorney General. He was going to make a rapist the top cop. Not just a rapist, he slept with an underage girl.
Thank you.
I mean, black men, are y'all looking at this? And I know that so many of you have daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And you can separate the treatment of women and not put your daughters into those spots. That proves to me that you lack empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the very definition of empathy. Is to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Right.
And so you can watch, and those of you who went to the polls and voted for him, and then the 15 million of you that sat home and said, I don't care if you become the president.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting him win because I don't want to vote for that woman.
Right. Well, have you seen the videos of them, like, which I kind of wish that they would stop asking black men, but the videos, like, these people are going to, like, barbershops, like where a lot of black men hang out, and they're asking them, the ones that didn't vote or didn't vote for Kamala and voted for Trump, why didn't you vote for Kamala? Like, what was it about her? And of course, they won't flat out say, oh, she was a woman. We didn't want a black woman. They won't flat out say that. But they'll say things like, well, we didn't know her policies, or we didn't understand, what she was saying. She didn't seem relatable and all this other stuff. So Trump does? And he straight up told you his policies, basically, that he's going to release the cops on your ass. And then one guy had the nerve to say, well, I voted for Trump because I want him to get rid of these Mexicans that are raping our daughters, and I have daughters.
He's a rapist.
Yeah. And then the interviewer actually told him, you have more chance of your daughter being raped by her teacher than an illegal immigrant. He was not impressed. He got pissed. He got up and walked out. But it's just,
well,
dumb.
It's the truth.
It's the truth, and they don't like that they're being called out. First of all, they don't like that they're being called out. And, two, they don't like that it's black women who are calling them out on a lot of things. They don't like that. They're just like, oh, how dare you? But you've turned your back on us.
Mm-hmm.
You may not have directly did it and turned around, switched around and did, but you have turned your back on us. But you're still going to want the protection that the black woman gives you. And that's the problem, that you're still going to expect that because that's what we've always done. And then you come up and you sit up here and talk about you weren't going to vote for her because you didn't understand her policies when she did tell you exactly what her policies were. You just weren't paying attention because you didn't want to. You already had your mind made up. You saw a black woman running and, you're just like, well, I'm not voting for no black woman because like you said in the podcast before, it's going to be like, oh, now all black women going to think that they're this, that, and, we can't have that, yeah.
They're not going to say that. No. And the crazy thing is you will sit there and say, oh, I don't know her policies or I didn't know this. But you're literally watching him put people into positions that they're not qualified for.
Mm-hmm.
he was going to put Gantz as who's his Secretary of Defense. Do you understand the level of training? Do you understand what that job even is, you guys?
Right. And then you have to look at it. First of all, let's just go all the way back to the beginning. He only ran for president. Well, yeah, his ego. But two, so he wouldn't have to face these charges that he's going to be facing, that he's
And
been
maybe you won't go
indicted
to jail
for.
anyway.
Yeah.
Because, like the lady said, if I got to wait till 2029, I will.
Right. You can be in a wheelchair on your deathbed. You are still
They
getting.
don't care. Like they're gonna prosecute you.
Right.
She gonna say,
Yeah. So, I mean, whatever, you can, okay. But also, his cabinet picks, these people obviously paid for their positions. And
yeah,
not only
I
that,
told you this all the time.
yeah, and not only, but he's putting people in there who are just going to do what he says.
Yes, it's a repeat. And honestly, everything that people warned us about when they said if you let him get elected again, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
this. Yes, his picks were terrible the first time.
Yeah.
People who were not like they had no qualifications for the positions that they were in.
Mm-hmm.
It is worse. It's exactly what they predicted would
Exactly.
happen. He has even worse picks,
And now you,
blatantly racist. Like it's just, I don't even know what y'all need. I don't know.
Linda McMahon is nominated as the fucking Secretary of Education, Department of Education.
Hold on. And then they said that she is named on a lawsuit where I guess one of the ringside guys, the announcer,
Mm-hmm.
was using his position at WWE or whatever the wrestling thing she's affiliated with,
Mm-hmm.
and he was molesting children. You're actually named in a child molestation lawsuit and said that you all facilitated him and gave him the ability to molest children.
Mm-hmm.
And you want her to be the Secretary of Education.
Yeah.
And I'm done. I'm through. It's just,
Yeah. That's why I posted that my girl, I don't know, I think I got that picture like from a podcast that I'm not a podcast, but a true crime story that I'm researching. But she's like the host or something, but I'm just going to be like old girl that I posted yesterday with my teacup and just sitting back watching. That's all, because if it's going to happen, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
yeah.
And people tried to warn y'all, but ego and arrogance and just ignorance, just flat out ignorance. People are just so willfully ignorant, it's sad when the information is right there in front of you.
Yeah.
So well, and one more thing. This still politics. So this hit me late. I saw some people talking about this, but I don't watch them anymore. Like I don't really. I can't do these news shows and stuff anymore. But Morning Joe, did you hear about that? Morning Joe.
No, what happened?
They went and had a meeting with Trump after all these years. After 8 years of dogging him, they went and had a meeting with Trump, basically trying to clear the air with him so they won't be on the list of enemies that he's going to go after.
I mean, honestly, if I was the high powered people, like if I had the money, like Obama,
Uh-huh.
Kamala, who else? Hillary. I wonder this every time he gets elected. Like, do Hillary and them lead the country? I always wonder that. Because I would.
I
Like,
would. If I
I
had the
would.
means, I would be out.
You never know how his attacks will turn to them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a residence in a country that doesn't extradite.
Exactly.
Like, because you just, with him, you never know.
You never know. And he's out for revenge.
Yes.
I mean, he said it on his campaign trail that and people are like, oh, he's not, if he didn't do it the first time, he's not going to do it this time. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was them, I would.
Yeah.
Be.
I'd be out. And it's like people were mad at Morning Joe and the crew. It's like, I think it's a little cowardly, but I get it.
Yeah, people trying to not stay safe. I mean, he has the control of the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Like, technically, he's not supposed to, but
he's not supposed
to,
but he does, yeah.
Like,
because he can do what he wants. So.
Control.
Mm-hmm.
So, Everybody's just trying to stay safe,
That's it. That
trying
is
to
it.
like not be prosecuted
Hmm.
for made up stuff.
Right, because Fox News, they can have freedom of speech, but damn anyone else not have it. So, So, well,
Oh, it's crazy.
it's crazy. So, there's that. So, that's all I had, girl.
Indeed. Well, guys, thank you for joining us on another week. And as always, you can reach us at girl underscore you know what at Wellness and Women and at Danny B Speaks. Until next week, bye bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good one, everybody.